Now, the National Heritage Project has immortalised struggle stalwart Archbishop Emeritus Desmond Tutu with a life-size statue. The statue joins hundreds others of resistance leaders at the Long March to Freedom Monument in Century City, Cape Town. Newzroom Afrika's Nasiphi takes a look.
A life-size bronze statue of the late anti-apartheid activist and struggle stalwart, Archbishop Emeritus Desmond Tutu, has taken its rightful place at the Long March to Freedom Monument in Century City, Cape Town. In a purple cloak, the Nobel Peace Prize recipient joins fellow freedom fighters. The iconic monument houses, among other greats, Nelson and Winnie Mandela, Walter and Albertina Sisulu, O.R. and Adelaide Tambo, Reverend Beyers Naudé, Chief Albert Luthuli, Francis Bard, Ruth First, Fidel Castro.
This is so much like him. It was more emotional than I had thought it would be. And so we thank the Long March to Freedom for recognizing him as a stalwart and and part of the people who have helped bring South Africa out of apartheid into the democratic dispensation. Unfortunately, he was disappointed in the way we were heading and would have loved South Africa to be at a far different place than it is now.
101 life-size sculptures of stalwart from across the African continent and the world. The vision to create a national liberation attraction was inspired by art, culture, social cohesion, nation building, and above all, the courage and human spirit of freedom fighters. This exhibition is spearheaded by a non-profit organization, National Heritage Project.
We wanted sculptural depictions of South Africa's best, brightest, and bravest icons, and to tell their story, our struggle story, to our great-grandchildren's children. So that in the future, 300 years from now, if properly maintained, these statues will still be telling that story. An audacious and beautiful mix of sculptural art, liberation history, and, in a sense, although through bronze, to humanize our long journey to freedom.
Doing good for all humanity is how the current government is looking at preserving the principles Archbishop Tutu stood for.
We have not, as the people's government, delivered consistently and regularly social justice and fundamental human rights to all our people, black and white. We are unable to give our people a steady supply of water, electricity. Now, if we must be honest to ourselves, we have to admit that not much has changed from your words, my bishop, which you uttered on the 18th of October, 1984. We've tried, not that nothing has been done, but maybe we could have done more with your push.
The long list of great leaders at the Long March to Freedom goes as far back as the 1600s. For Newzroom Afrika, Channel 405, I am Nasiphi in Cape Town.